Hi everyone, today I'm super excited to be opening the Mini Brands Mini Minis Fill the Fridge. Or maybe it's just Fill the Fridge, not sure what exactly is the official name. Also, there's no mention of this being Series 1. If there was, that would hint of other series coming up after this, so I'm guessing that for now they're just testing the waters to see how much we like it and whether or not they'll continue making them. Also, it seems that there will be some unique and rare minis that we'll have to make ourselves, so that's very interesting. They added another line of miniatures, the Create ones, to a new series. But either way, inside we get 6 pouches instead of the usual 5. We also got a collector's guide and we'll have a closer look at it a little bit later. Then we have something that's a lot better than a sticker, a miniature fridge magnet, which is very much real. And yes, I do have a fridge as well. I'm not sure yet if I'll open it in this video, but yeah, I'm excited though to see how it looks. It is something new that they never did before as far as I know, and it seems to be very well made. It lights up, the drawer is open, and apparently you can switch from a regular light to a UV one to cure your Create miniatures. And check this out, it seems like there's more than just the fridge, although I'm not sure yet if the other parts of the kitchen will be released all at once or one at a time with each series. But anyway, back to the pouches for now. As I was saying, there are 6 inside, and interestingly enough, 3 are yellow and 3 are green. I'm not sure if that has any significance, but we'll find out soon. What we do know though is that, including the magnet, we get 7 minis in each of these balls, which is very good. It's at least 2 extras than what we usually get, even though these are going to be a lot tinier. So our first Fill the Fridge miniature is the Kellogg's Eggo Homestyle Waffles. It's a family pack, so it comes with 24 waffles. It is also very tiny, so they didn't lie when they say these are mini minis. Still very detailed, even though the smaller writing will be almost impossible to read probably. And I'm assuming this is just a cardboard box, but let's just make sure. Yes indeed, it is just a cardboard box. Let's put it down here. For a second I thought my camera is further away from the set, but that's not the case. It's just that the miniatures are a lot smaller. So our second miniature is the Jello Vanilla Pudding. To be honest with you, can this even be considered pudding or is it something else? It is probably pudding. It's just interesting how they don't put that on the package, you know? So it is one of those 4 packs and you can actually see them inside there. I really like this attention to detail. You can even see the little tabs. And I'm curious if you can actually get them out of there. Oh, yes you can. It's just that we need to make sure that tab doesn't break or something. I don't want to push it too hard. Let's make a deal. If I get another one like a duplicate, I'm going to just take this part off and then we can have a closer look at it inside, because I don't want to ruin this. I do want to kind of complete this collection because it's really cool. Maybe open even a cup. Maybe there's something in it. Who knows? What do we have here? Original sausage patties. I don't know why, but for a second I thought those are falafel. There's not much to this one, to be honest. It's just a very tiny miniature. And I think a lot of the flair for some of these will be to actually put them in a fridge. I don't really know, but we're kind of going to check the scale a little bit later. I'm going to show you exactly the size of them. So this is what we got in the yellow pouches. I'm really curious to see if the green ones have something different in them, or if it's purely just a design thing where, you know, you have some pouches yellow and you have some pouches green just to have different colors. Because I guess the colors of these are green and yellow, so maybe that's why. Alright, this is something interesting. A fruit tray. It looks interesting. Does it open? Yes, it does. So that's very huge bonus points in my book. Oh, okay, so they're kind of like stuck together, and they don't necessarily look like fruit, they more look like jello pieces, I guess. So these are probably pineapple pieces, maybe strawberry pieces, or watermelon pieces based on those little thingies. I don't know what that would be, maybe kiwi or something. And these here are probably orange slices. And then in the middle, I'm guessing this is supposed to be like a blackberry. Anyway, pretty much the entire tray is kind of like a pretend fruit tray, you know? But it is really tiny, and also it's not branded, so it's kind of like a generic fruit tray from ZURU or Mini Brands. It's not a particular company, although I don't know if there's a particular company that makes fruit trays. Usually each grocery store has their own thing where they make fruit trays, right? We got another generic miniature. This is a turmeric shot. I don't know about you, but I never had a turmeric shot. I heard it's very healthy and all that. Over here on the back it says that it's nutritious, antioxidant, healthy, and ginger rich. Maybe I should try it one day. Is it really nasty? Because usually healthy stuff are not, you know, particularly good and enjoyable. So I wonder how easy it is to get it down. Well, this looks interesting. Another generic one. So maybe that's the thing with the green pouches. All 3 of them were generic. And in the yellow pouches, all 3 of them are branded. So that's gonna be very interesting. So this is a carton of 8 eggs. Kind of interesting choice. Usually you get a dozen. I don't even know if there's half a dozen, maybe 4. But traditionally a carton of eggs is a dozen, right? This particular one comes with 8. But the good part about it is that it opens. And you can actually remove each of the eggs individually. So that's good, because remember they had something similar in the home series? And in here you get half a dozen eggs, but they are all connected to each other. And of course you can cut them and, separate them, but still. This one is definitely a lot better. Golden yolk, grade A, organic, free range from farm to you. I'm always curious about those barcodes, if they actually scan or if they're actually tied to any products. I would probably have to enlarge them first and then try to scan them. This is funny, we got a fried egg as our fridge magnet, and it's funny because we just got the eggs, Let's do the same as last time. We're gonna start with the yellow ones, just to see if there's any particular pattern. I think there might be, because we got another branded one. This is Auntie Anne's soft pretzel. Sorry, my bad. Pretzels. New look, same great taste. Includes salt and pretzel butter packets. Just 1 pretzel. Oh no, that's the serving size. So it's 5 servings per container, so that's 5 pretzels. Let's just see, is there anything inside? Nope, still an empty box. The only other Auntie Anne's products we have were from the Foodie series. I think it was from series 2. But other than that, I don't remember seeing Auntie Anne's products in any other series. Alright, I know exactly what this is, but I have a feeling I'm going to pronounce it wrong. It's the Ramune original drink, or Ramune. It's that bottle that has like a glass sphere in the cap here, and then you get this and you push it down and the sphere thingy drops in here. And it's being held in place by these 2 little things. Anyway, it's a whole thing. It's very, or at least it used to be very, very popular. Alright, this is definitely something new, but it's another branded one. We got the mac and cheese from Hormel, made with American and cheddar cheese. So it's basically a product from the frozen aisle. Let's see, anything interesting here on the back. Heating instructions, microwave, tray is microwavable. I wonder if it comes out, probably, right? Oh, wait a second. I did not expect to see this. Look at that, you can actually see the mac and cheese inside. And also it has that little foil on top that looks exactly like the one in real life. I mean, I keep saying that in real life, as if these products are not real. They're real, they're miniature things, right? But you know what I'm trying to say. It looks like the real, size or life-size version of the product. I'm not gonna lie, it actually looks very appetizing. I'm really curious if there's more of these and if they're all kind of like that. Probably, right? So I think that now these next 3 pouches should be generic. Yep, my suspicions were correct. We got another, unless this is a brand, but I doubt it. We got another generic item, or maybe we should call it's a ZURU item, because I can see kind of like their logo over there. So yeah, I think we're gonna call these the ZURU products. Oh, it does open. I did not expect that. What is this? Oats jar. I wonder what's inside it though. Let's see if we can. There we go. Healthy breakfast, overnight oats, nutrient packed, whole grain, source of fiber. Doesn't tell us much about the ingredients, but we can see some strawberries. I mean, oatmeal with strawberries and blueberries. But then you can see this layer here, so I don't know what that means. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, does it come out? But it does. So this is what comes out, and I guess this part is shrink wrapped over the jar. Yeah, I actually like this miniature, and I really dig the golden cap. Let's put it down here. Oh wow, seems like we got a lobster. It comes in a bag. To be fair, I'm not a huge fan of seafood in general, so I guess they maybe do come in a bag like this, cooked. Of course, it's another ZURU brand. It looks pretty cool, and I'm very tempted to get it out of the bag, but I need a duplicate for that. You guys know the rules. Unless it's something really, really crazy, I'm not gonna take it out of the package unless I have a duplicate. I guess we got a bottle of water. This is a bottle of water, or bottled water. Are there actually 2 T's in bottled? Well, could have fooled me. Once again, this is a ZURU brand bottled water. Let's see, anything special about it? Purified natural spring water, filtered snow, pure water, eco-friendly, refreshing. So it's just a bunch of words about water that just, get thrown there, I guess. Okay, I thought it feels different as a material. It's quite flexible. It's very similar to a glue stick, a hot glue gun stick. It's a pretty cool miniature though. I like it. I couldn't open one of them perfectly so far. Or rather, I couldn't unzip one perfectly so far. At least not this first wrapping. See, the second one always unzips perfectly. Well, the magnet fell out first, so let's see. That's sad. We got more bread. I love bread. I love bread a lot, but we're trying to complete this collection, or at the very least get as close as possible from this initial opening. We almost got a duplicate. This is another Auntie Anne's product, the pretzel dogs. And oh boy, I would go for a pretzel dog right now. We're raising the standard of snacking, they say. I don't know if you guys heard that, but my stomach literally rumbled. New look, same great taste, all beef hot dogs. Yeah, another little box, which is cool, not bad. It will definitely look very nice in the fridge, that's for sure. Oh, well, this is interesting. We got a pizza. Wasn't this part of the foodie series? Let's see, maybe there's something different about it, you know? I guess the difference is that it does not open. I'm joking, it will open. It's just a little bit stubborn. So it's a pizza that's missing a slice. And I think I know why. Because, get it? All these miniatures are to fill your fridge. So it's kind of like you got a pizza, you ate a slice, but then again, who eats just a slice? And then you put the whole box in the fridge. So I guess even though it's kind of like a repeat from the foodie series, it's also kind of like a new one. And that's just because it's missing the one slice. Seems like we got another new item. This is the Hickory Smoke Barbecue Sauce from Kraft. Many brands did have deals with Kraft for some of the other sauces. Pretty sure there was Italian dressing, maybe even ranch if I remember correctly, but we never got this one, the Hickory Smoke Barbecue Sauce. We did have a barbecue sauce or a couple, but it was from a different brand. Once again, I think all of these are made small so that they can fit nicely in the fridge. I do miss, however, the slightly bigger miniatures, you know? I don't know what this is, but it's already really cute. A jar of kombucha? I mean, we could turn it into a jar of jelly. Kind of looks like the marmalade jar from Paddington, I think. It's kind of like the same style. Either way, like I said, this is a jar of kombucha. And I do love kombucha. I know it's one of those things that some people love, some people hate. And other than my sister-in-law, I'm the only one in the family that actually likes it. It's weird, but sometimes I actually have a craving for it. You know, like I'm in a store and I'm like, ooh, I would love some kombucha right now. Either way, this one is organic, no sugar, healthy live cultures, organic acids, and antioxidants. And the brand, of course, is ZURU. I can see people removing this sticker and turning this jar into something else, like a, I don't know, like a peach jam or maybe just a jar of honey. And I think it's safe to say at this point that the green pouches come with unbranded items, or rather ZURU branded items, while the yellow ones come with branded miniatures. We have another bottled water, and this is fine because the more of these you have, the better it's gonna look, and eventually maybe you can make like a 6-pack or a 12-pack or a 24-pack. Isn't it crazy to think that if you want to make a 48-pack of bottled water, you would need to open at least 48 bottles, and even then, I mean, chances of you getting a duplicate of the bottled water in each of them are really, really small. So I think you might have to open maybe 150 or 200 bottles to get 48 of these bottles, but maybe not, might be wrong. Well, this is something new, and even though it's generic, to be honest with you, this could actually be in stores. Like, ZURU could come up and get involved into produce and stuff like that, because they're actually doing a good job. I really enjoy the way they package these. So we got broccoli florets. Alright, I was just checking to see if they're all clumped together or not, but they are, and understandably so, because you just want it to look good in the package. This is not a Mini Brands Create or a Miniverse item. It finally unzipped perfectly. Well, except this part over here, but that's fine. As usual, we're gonna start with our magnet. We got something different this time. Painting magnet? Maybe it's trying to imitate one of those magnets you get when you're traveling, which I do, by the way. I like to get one from every state I go to. So yeah, cool little magnet. I'm gonna put it right over here. Ooh, we got something new, some more pudding cups from Jello, but they're not duplicates, so no, I'm not going to open this one either. These are the chocolate vanilla swirls, although I would argue that doesn't really look like vanilla. If anything, it just looks like two different types of chocolate. And to be honest with you, I don't even know if I had this particular one, even though I like pudding. Although the type of pudding I'm used to and the one I grew up eating as a kid was made by my mom, and it's this brand over here. And I'm sure that a lot of you out there watching this are familiar with that brand. All right, well, I guess that's pretty much it for this one. I'm so tempted though to get it out and remove this little tab and just see if it opens and check it out and, you know, but we'll get there soon enough. For now, let's put it down here and open the next one. Well, this looks very familiar. We got the Kraft singles. I'm guessing everyone in the world knows this by now, but this is American cheese, and it's pretty darn good and kind of like unmatched in terms of the type of flavor on a grilled cheese sandwich or on a homemade burger. Also, we've seen this miniature before in a different series. I forgot which one. It might have been series 4. It's just that the only difference is this one is a little bit smaller. Well, I guess this is our second duplicate, or third if you also count the magnets, because we got bread and bread. Here, my friends, we got the Kraft Hickory Smoke Barbecue Sauce. A slow simmered barbecue sauce, or at least that's what they claim. See, what did I tell you? The duplicates will soon roll in and we're gonna get tired and annoyed by them. This is another bottle of turmeric shot. And I'm not too mad at these things because we could technically remove this sticker and put something else and turn it into, I don't know, a little bottle of orange juice maybe, or mango juice, or maybe orange mango juice. I wonder what other combinations you could make to have this color. Maybe some carrot in there. And of course, more healthy stuff. We got another bag of broccoli florets. Okay, this was a little bit ridiculous because out of the 7, 1, 2, 3, 4 were duplicates. So yeah, we have another fruit tray. Some of these, like the turmeric shot thingy, and this one also, I'm not very mad at because look, we can open it. Technical difficulties. Once we remove everything, you can use this little container for something else if you really want to. Like it could be sauce tray with, you know, 3 different kinds of sauces. It is very, very tiny, so you are a little bit limited when it comes to using maybe leftover miniverse or leftover mini brands create. But I'm sure if we really put our minds to it, we can find some sort of alternate use for it. However, for now, we're gonna put it down here. And we're finally gonna have a look at the collector's guide and see exactly what's in this series. So here's the scoop. In total, there are 88 items to collect, and that's including the mini magnets. So if you remove those, there are 69 minis to collect. And for now, we'll consider the mini magnets as part of the collection. So the 88 minis are divided in 7 categories. There's 2 create minis in the legendary section. The iconic section comes with 4 minis, and I'm honestly not sure yet why these are iconic. But what I do know is that the luxury section has 8 items, and one of them is a create mini. There's some branded and some generic miniatures. The ultra rare category is very interesting. It comes with 11 items, but some of them are already part of the iconic category. So now I am really curious what's the difference between them. The rare category has 15 items, and then on this other side we have the common section with 29 items to collect. Some of them are familiar faces from previous series, but they are all smaller because remember, these are all minis. Plus, like I said, some of them are slightly different, like the pizzas are missing a slice. And then last but not least, the fridge magnets. There's 19 of them, and by now we established that you get 1 in each ball. Overall, it's a very cool collection and very interesting, and I'm sure that once I get the items in the fridge, they'll look even better. Some of the items in this collection are brands that we know, and then some are just generic stuff or ZURU branded. In total, there are 3 create minis in this collection, plus another one that's in this fridge. And honestly, I don't have a favorite here or something specific that I really want because I pretty much want all of them, especially the ones that are branded and new to the mini brands universe. So I also opened one ball off camera, and 4 of the items are just duplicates. You already seen them here. It's just these 3 that are new. So let's go through them one at a time. This is some generic or ZURU branded fresh milk. And I gotta say, I don't like this one that much. Then we got a couple of packaged eggplants, and I do enjoy this particular one, especially compared to the milk. I like this one a lot better. Let's see, fresh, organic, locally grown, nutrient-rich food. Contains fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Healthy cooking option, farm to table. Okay, and then the last miniature is this one, which I think is my favorite from the bunch. Not that I like fish or fish products in particular, but I really do enjoy how real it looks. It's very nice and detailed and literally looks like it's a miniature package of a fish. It says over here, individually packed, sustainably sourced, high in omega-3 fatty acid. I know, fish is healthy, it's good for you and all that. Yeah. It's not my thing. Since we have a collector's guide and I kind of intend to complete the series, let's mark everything we have so far as found, and then and only then we're going to move on to open the next ball. So we got a new magnet. It's a tea kettle magnet. Oh, this is interesting. I haven't seen the Kikkoman soy sauce since Series 1. You know, like the original mini brand Series 1, that's where they had this sauce. This brings back so many memories, and to be honest with you, even this being tinier than the other one, it looks more detailed than the other one. So it just shows how far mini brands has come. Same with this one, even though I think this was part of Series 2 or 3 maybe? Definitely not Series 1, but I do remember the bagel bites being part of one of those Series 2 or 3. I remember I did a video where I would get the actual product and, you know, the miniatures were in the actual product, but they weren't really. But it was such a fun video to make, and honestly now I'm kind of craving these, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm really craving them. Here's another new miniature, and also another, let's just say another nostalgic mini, because this was also part, I think, of Series 1. Although, if I remember correctly, I think that one was the original, not the Applewood thick cut bacon. And I'm not sure if it's supposed to come in this plastic little thing or not. I would guess not. Maybe they put it in here because I really don't know what the reason could be. Does it smell? Is it scented? But I'm taking it out because it's definitely not the original packaging. Unless it's a mistake, right? But it shouldn't look like this. Yeah, don't ask me. I don't know why I didn't just use scissors. Well, it doesn't smell like bacon. Yeah, I don't think I was supposed to take it out, but let's be honest, it didn't really look good like that. It looked like the bag is a lot bigger than it should have been. So I don't know if only that particular one was a mistake or if they're all like that, but yeah. So this is the bacon. It looks pretty darn good and delicious. And once again, it's the bacon from Hormel, the black label, Applewood thick cut bacon. I'm a little bit disappointed, to be honest with you, that I pulled it out, but I mean, I was already disappointed that it looked like that. Alright, for the generic or ZURU branded items, we got another cooked lobster, another jar of kombucha, and I'm not too mad of seeing duplicates of these because they're very useful. And something new. This is juice. It's in one of those bottles, and I don't know if they have a specific name, but I know how they open. They're kind of like unique, where you push this and then it just pops open. Here on the side, it looks almost like it's a cocktail of sorts, but maybe the ingredients will tell us what it is. Let's see. That is way too pixelated and small. I really can't tell what it says. But anyway, here on the top, we can see some fruits, some slices of lemon, I guess, and raspberries or strawberries. So yeah, it's some sort of fruity juice. And we'll probably never know what exactly it is, but what we can do is mark it and everything else we found that's new on the collector's guide. We have a new fridge magnet that looks to be a vinyl record. Alright, this is definitely something new. We have a Panda Express container. Okay, it's not gonna say what it is, but I'm guessing it's orange chicken. Let me fold these real quick. I always liked them when they were like this. It looked a lot better, right? It looks a lot better like this. Let me check the collector's guide real quick. Yep. Definitely orange chicken. It does look pretty good, and once again it reminds me of the Foodie series. That's where we had the P.F. Chang's containers that looked exactly like this. And I think there was even a Jack in a Box container that was very similar, although I forgot what was in it. Maybe the mini tacos. Either way, always nice to see a new miniature. Here's a duplicate, one I do not mind too much seeing because I really like this one. It's the Kikkoman traditionally brewed soy sauce, which reminds me, I need to get some soy sauce. I don't think I have any more left. I can usually get away with not getting an actual bottle because I always have those little packets, you know, from when you order food. But yeah, I think this time I'm out of those as well. We got another pizza box. Let's see what's in this one. It looks a little bit smaller. Oh no, it's exactly the same size. Never mind. Oh, okay, a different pizza. This looks to be a Hawaiian pizza. I can see the pineapple there and the I was gonna say the salmon. Not the salmon, the ham. So I just want to show you real quick the size difference. This is from the Foodie Mini Brand Series 2, and this is from the series we're opening right now. This is considered to be full size for this series, right? And also here's a P.F. Chang's lo mein container from Foodie Mini Brand Series 2. And as you can see, it's a lot smaller, but in this series, this is considered to be regular size. We got another bottled water. We have 3 so far, so we're getting close to creating a 6-pack maybe. I don't even know what are all the pack variations of water. I do know that there's a 12-pack, a 16-pack, 24, 32, and then maybe 48 or 52. Oh boy, we got another cooked lobster. I guess we could soon open a seafood stall. And another jar of kombucha. So here's what I'm thinking. Since in each ball we get 3 of the generic ones or the ZURU ones, the simple fact of having less of the generic ones to be part of the collection means that the most duplicates we're gonna get will be the generic ones or the ZURU branded ones rather than, the regular brands. Anyway, it's just a theory and I hope it makes sense. It does make a lot of sense in my brain, but when I try to say it to you guys, it sounds like it doesn't make sense. I'll maybe give it a shot and explain it again later on, or maybe in the next video. This is not necessarily a good sign because we already have this one, and that just reminds me, we didn't mark all these other ones on the collector's guide. So let's do that real quick. Okay, well, this looks more like bacon and I'm not tempted to remove it from its original packaging. It's the Hormel Black Label Original Thick Cut Bacon. And now, even though this is original, I'm not sure that we had the thick cut to be part of Series 1. And even if we did, the packaging for that one looked quite different. So I'm really glad that we got a new and very cool looking miniature. We got another new one. This is the... am I remembering this correctly, or did I have a hard time pronouncing this company's name last time I opened the series that had them? It's Ore-Ida? It is, right? So, Ore-Ida shredded hash browns. And if I remember correctly, this is in the frozen section, so we'll have to put this in the freezer part of our fridge. I'm really glad to see that we're making progress and we're not getting too many duplicates. This is another very familiar miniature, although, once again, I don't remember if it was part of Series 2 or 3. It does not open, but it is a lot smaller than the other one. So for comparison, this is the one from a different series, and it's kind of broken because I was trying to make it into a functional one. So now it basically kind of opens, and I guess it's big enough to fit the tiny one in there and hide it. But anyway, let's put it down here, and I'm curious to see how many duplicates we get this time with the generic ones. Oh, this is definitely not a duplicate. We got the lamb chops, and they actually look really good. I am pleasantly surprised. Over here it says premium quality, grass-fed, succulent, tender, and full of flavor, all natural, hand-trimmed. We got nothing on the back, but the front looks quite delicious. I don't know why, but I have a feeling with this one we have probably found all the generic ones. And if that's the case, it's a good thing, but also a bad thing, because moving forward, all of them will be duplicates. So here's yet another jar of kombucha. This one is a little bit damaged. See, it's a little crooked. No, never mind. I thought that if it's crooked, I can probably take it off, but that's not the case. Let's put it down here and see if we get another duplicate in this last one. Indeed, we got another shot of turmeric. Alright, so Greg, the doll I used to show you the scale of these miniatures, is a bit under the weather today, so I'll just show you the size of these miniatures using the ruler. But don't worry, I'm sure he'll be back on his feet by the next video we'll do on these, and at that point we'll also open the fridge and have Greg stand next to it for comparison. Yes, you heard me correctly, and don't hate me for that, but we'll open the fridge in the next video we'll do on these. And now, without further ado, let's open the last ball of this series. I was gonna say for our sticker, but it's not a sticker, it's a magnet. We got a duplicate, we got the kettle. We're gonna put the little kettle right over here. Well, what do you know? We got something new, although it's kind of like coming apart. Let's just push it back together and stick it in place. So this, I think, is the third and final Jello product. We got the strawberry one. It's so realistic. I mean, they got the Jello color like it's spot on. I am dying to get these out and see how they look, but not quite yet. We gotta be patient. Well, here's another new miniature. When I saw this on the collector's guide, I thought it's very similar to the bacon, but it's not. So we got the Hormel Honey Deli Ham, natural choice. I'm guessing it's organic and all that. And it's just a cardboard box. I honestly thought it's going to be very similar to the other bacon. You guys know my feeling, and yours, about boxes. They're not always the best thing to get. Well, what do you know? We got our first Jello duplicate. I was just saying we need to be patient. So enough patience. Let me just see which one looks better. So I'm going to keep the one that looks better. I'm going to open the one that doesn't look as good. Honestly, I don't know. They kind of look the same, but maybe this one. This one. I'm going to open this one. And you know what? Let's be gentle. Maybe we can put it back together. Oh my God, look at that. That is absolutely crazy. And again, I don't think technically it's supposed to be open, you know? So to put in this much work into something that's not supposed to be open just because it looks very good or it just looks extra from the outside. Yeah, that's what mini brands do sometime. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Even though they're one piece of plastic, you could technically break them apart if you really wanted to. But now the real question is, how exactly does it open? Oh, I mean, what were the chances that these would have been hollow, you know? If that was the case, I'm pretty sure these miniatures would cost a lot more. And speaking of cost, I wish I could tell you where I found these and how much I paid for them, but I got them directly from mini brands. However, there's a high chance that by the time this video goes live, you can already find them at Target or Walmart or maybe even online on Amazon. And if any of you did find them, please do me a favor and let everyone else know in the comments, where did you find them and how much did they cost? So it seems like we got a new generic miniature, the ice cubes. So some of them are separate and some of them are bunched together. You get like 2 or 3 that are glued together. I don't want to open this one, but I think that technically you could use them for your miniverse or mini brands creations, you know, as ice for your drinks. Here's our first duplicate of the eggplants. We already got one over there. So this is basically the one that I opened off camera. We got a bottle of fresh milk. I'm guessing it's half a gallon. I don't like it that much, to be honest with you. It looks a little bit more cheap than the other ones, but oh well, they cannot all be perfect. So let's put a check mark next to all the new ones that we found. And by the way, other than the 4 Create miniatures, we just need 2 more to have all the ZURU branded ones, or the generic ones, whatever you prefer calling them. Alright, so after opening 8 balls plus 1 off camera, I got 40 out of the 88 items in this collection, which is not bad, but it's definitely going to get harder from here on out. And yes, I do plan on completing this series. But what about you? Let me know in the comments what you think about these and whether or not you will be collecting them. I want to thank you in advance for liking, commenting, and for subscribing, or for being subscribed. And as usual, you guys stay golden, keep on shining, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!